automatically Liquid will be able to decide which side they're going to be starting the draft at.
Oh yeah, so do not be surprised, Paul, because it was shown earlier, and we saw that typically the other team will select the side for game number 2, but it's not going to be the case now. It's going to be Team Liquid. I feel like the drafting might be very similar. If the Harley as well as the Suyo is open, I think that the Harley still is the priority for Team Liquid Philippines.
And what's tough too with the draft here is looking at the bans earlier with the Baksha, Freya, and the Suyo. Omega decided that the Harley is what they're up against. Are you going to give a chance for Liquid to show the Suyo, or are you just going to keep banning that out? Because Carl Tizzy has had some of the best Suyo performances this season, of course, outside of James Pax and King Kong.
Before I answer that, I want to say that I think that Omega were risking the fact that maybe the Cloud is going to be the first pick for Team Liquid. That's why they banned the Suyo, thinking that they will get the Hardy for free, but that wasn't the case. So to answer your question now, no, I don't think so. Because of what I said earlier, I believe that this is a big gamble on their side. There's no way. Okay, Claude, there you go. First pick, Claude. Yeah, because now it's the Phobius which was banned instead of that Suyo.
Omega realized and accepted the fact that maybe it is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like the Yuuzhan was an answer, but
Harley.
you know, if they want something different, at least they end up with this. And the Harley, most likely.
Jushin, maybe? There you go.
Yeah. So it's going to be either the Leomord or the Suyo at this point.
Suyo, yeah. I think you want to go Suyo now for TLPH, such a solid comp. Typically, you also get the high loss early in that scenario so that you have a way to get into the face of the Harley. There's that option of the Hilda for TLPH, but I think that they will most likely go for Suyu plus the high loss.
I wonder what JP's going to end up with again. They keep banning out the Kalea. Surprisingly enough, the Kalea is one of the least played heroes by JP this season. More roamers have played it. There's still his typical high loss Gacha. By the way,
you're right.
He is such a gatot god. His timing with the Unbreakable, yung taunt niya, sobrang on point.
I think it might be even called the Unbreakable. JP, the Unbreakable. There's the Suyo and the Eve instead of the high loss para sa TLPH. And Omega will be answering in kind. Do you now pick up the Sora if you're Omega?
Yeah, the Sora is good. You don't have to worry about the Valentina showing up. Omega then can spend the second phase of the draft taking either both JP heroes, or you take one out, pick one for yourself, and then maybe the other ban will be committed to a Sanford pick.
Yeah, Sanford hero. Alice maybe, because Alice Eve Gatot is gonna be there. There's the Hilda. And I thought it will be on the side of TLPH, but it will eventually be on Omega's side. This is their preparation in case TLPH will be able to pick up Uranus as well as the Alice. At the same time, it's a flex pick. So I think the fourth pick eventually for Omega will be their marksman. There's that glue banned out by Omega. TLPH can choose to ban Moskov.
Oh, yep.
If you like, or the Clint.
With the potential list of picks that could end up with JP or Sanford, I feel like the Clint isn't as Omega as a pick as I want it to be. Maybe something that allows Neski to just stand and deal basic attacks, not through skills. There's just something about the Clint that going up against TLPH is really vulnerable to me.
For sure. Especially because it's the LPH with a lot of dive. You can see Suyo, a lot of spells or abilities that go to the backlines. They still ban the Alice despite them having this Hilda, which kind of tells me that this Hilda might go roam. Fourth pick for Omega is highly likely going to be their marksman. Without the Clint in mind, I think the Moskov is the only other option, unless they are going to show us something like a Bruno in this scenario.
Yeah, with the presence of the Eve, you are running out of options here for Omega, unless he wants to take a page out of Severo's book and then gets a YSS, but only if, and I think that means they'll have to save the YSS for the last pick. If the last two picks are a lot of dive, the extra Mountain Shocker might help them out.
If we build on that fact, it means that this Hilda will be very good ban, by the way, sort of for TLPH. So if we build up on that, do you think this is a high loss now for Omega or Gatot Kachas, the way that they will take away those two heroes from TLPH? Because that will be a great combo for them.
Yeah, either of those two, I think if I'm putting myself in the shoes of Omega, mas gusto ko na pipiliin ko naman yung Gatot, tapos tignan naman natin kung paano nila i-manage yung high loss at Eve combination together. Kasi nakita mo na, game number 1, alakas ng Gatot ni JP.
Yeah.
Parang konting tempo break lang muna, tanggalin lang muna sa option list ng TLPH.
Yeah. Ay, combo talaga nun. So this is carry. Marksman nga yung kanila fourth pick. So I can see this, Gatot Kacha na. And no, there is this pretty bad Laput and Lapu-Lapu and Ketot
Yeah.
for TLPH.
Tatanggal ka na rin ng pick doon para kay James. Pag kinuha nila dito
Tama.
yung Lapu-Lapu. Kasi Omega, kaya kulang pa din sila ng access talaga doon sa EVE. Kung magro-roam yung Hilda, sobrang awkward in the sense na meron kang roamer na, of course, alam naman natin yung impact ng Hilda. Pero sino yung magda-dive?
Yeah.
Sino yung magiging parang katawan para makakain ng damage?
Yes. Lapu-Lapu and CC na natin para sa TLPH. What if Lapu-Lapu... Pakito! Siyempre! Bakit nga naman natin makakalimutan? Usong-usong ngayon, there's the Kacha. So Hilda XP, Kacha for Omega. You asked me about this no game number 1 na kung gusto ko ba na mas aggressive na movements from Omega, and I think the answer is yes for me, and the answer is also yes para sa Omega with this Kacha carry last 2 picks for them.
Alam naman natin yung combo ng burst nila. They can pick off and they can surprise TLPH. But it's still Liquid, man.
Liquid.
It's still Liquid. How are they going to be able to pull this off real quick? TL or Omega?
I'd go TL actually kasi napakalakas ang combo ng Eve plus Hylos.
I'm more Omega this time. Thank you, everyone. Make some noise for the two teams as we welcome our casters.
It's Smart Omega's tried and true proven combo, the Kaka, Kaja and Carry, alongside the breakthrough pick in the Pakito, which is now piloted by another world champion in Sanford.
Yeah, Pakito has redeemed himself, especially in our previous series where Kirk was using it. So I feel like there are a lot of people excited to see it in the hands of Sanford this time.
2-0 today. 2-0. Let that sink in, especially in the hands of a very mechanical, very highly intelligent player like Sanford. I expect it to do wonders.
Are you one of those people who are excited to see in the hands of Sanford, Brigida?
I mean, yes, it's one of the signature picks. James,
No way!
though!
How?
What?
Carl Deasy did retribution,
He didn't.
so he just let James walk away with it.
Huh.
Okay, really good start for Omega though.
It's like Haley's comment right there. I don't see that a lot.
Millions in a moon that would happen.
Yeah, and even in terms of how well they are managing like the mid lane, Omega are now just making their presence felt.
That's how.
Okay.
Look, James started with a sword.
Oh, James, who's by the way all the way from top lane, joining the rest of Omega, trying to invade Carl.
No boots gameplay. Amazing.
I mean, he's running through the jungle, the rivers.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in his kit, so.
All right. So far.
Okay, this is interesting. You're seeing Liquid really trying to provide some help over to Carl just to ensure that he will not get any further behind. So this is Omega successfully forcing out a reaction from Liquid.
And they are reacting in a way that actually just slows down Carl TZ a lot. You know, they're just trying to stay safe, making sure that no one gets picked off, because there are a lot of level 4 heroes on the side of Omega this time around.
You know, fortunately, at least for Liquid, Carl doesn't need level 4.
Yeah.
He's a Suyo. He can just do whatever he wants now. And they just flush him out of the White Rush.
But Omega also are going for whatever they want, and it's JP together with Carl. Sanford trying to look for a target himself, but Horizon gets to escape right there. He does regroup with Carl and Sanji though, but are they equipped to fight against 4 members of Smart Omega? Now they lay down the real world manipulation. Mingguin still somehow escapes. Perksiva still doesn't have the Divine Judgment, but Sanford takes out James, and from Flicker forced out of both Perksiva and Mingguin.
Saved by Teddy! The cavalry arrive just in the nick of time. Gets that kill, gets that turtle, and does not stop giving.
And just like that, it's like the buck was never stolen away. Carl Deasy played that to a T alongside the Horseman at his side. Ryzen here. That's one of the weaknesses maybe that a Harley has. You have to, I've played a few Harley in my day. You have to just know exactly when you're out.
Yeah.
And I think he just was, at this moment, not out. Deadly Matches just came off cooldown.
That's right. I kind of get it, because if you're tempted to always just use it, right? You're always tempted to just join the fight, especially if the rest of your team are consistently fighting.
Right now you're seeing some real cooling beast moves from Teddy. He's also got those finger sleeves on, and at least there isn't much attention towards him just yet. And he literally, as you mentioned, was, I think, the guy who saved that team fight for Liquid. that blazing duet was the reason Omega scrambled and no longer forced the fight.
Yeah.
After the fact that Sanford knocked James out.
Yeah, that's true.
So individual performances all just coalescing into a really good fight for TLPH.
Okay,
Upside, Sanford's the victim here.
no flicker for Perxiva, so they won't be able to force it. On the other side, though, Netsky had nowhere to run. It's not a successful trade for Smart Omega so far.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Hey, that's ice cold. Again, just like the real cooling beast moves here. Oh my goodness! Like it's Tlph. It's like Tlph never actually just lost that buff, right? I mean, he's just cruising right now.
I could
If we
forget
do
how.
not acknowledge that he lost the buff, we're downplaying how well Liquid recovered.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. Now that they're up 2,000, off the back of a single, well, 2 successful sequences and a turtle, it's up to Omega now. They have to really use it.
Whoa. Okay, a preemptive flicker from Teddy doesn't get to save him from a pickoff that Omega finally finds. That was a risk they were just really willing to take.
Rockhart, what's the math on that? A pick-off on Teddy for the turtle.
Absolutely, Turtle. It's not even a shutdown, but they did burn the flicker on a few members.
Okay, that's gonna be James and Mingwin onto Sanford. No longer has the flicker and is trying his best to run away. Does generate some shields still, but it's not gonna be enough.
I think he was planning a different thing to happen there, but definitely ran out of time at the nick of it. And again, the gold is definitely kind of reflecting what TLPH we're talking about all along.
Oh, Sanji and JP together. Wolf highlighted this duo. It's the real world and that glorious pathway, making sure that Netsky has nowhere to run, with a bit of help from Carl, of course.
All right, so there's the pressure. There's the TLPH that we're seeing. Definitely a great recovery, and that's something I want to point out, right?
Yeah.
With all that happened, being a champion doesn't mean everything goes your way all the time, right? There's bound to be stuff like that happen. People trip, people miss out on their flickers, your buffs get stolen. But what matters is really how well you recover from those really unfortunate times, how often you can do it, and how consistent you can make it.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen, like, apart from that pick off down bottom, a divine judgment that was used to win out a team fight. It was just been so far for the pickoffs, and that's also probably one of Omega's strengths, so it's understandable why they're keeping it that way. They might just want to capitalize on their pickoff potential a bit more than winning out these head-on team fights, similar to what we're seeing right now!
They're bearing hard on Teddy.
Okay, very smart use of that Deadly Magics. I think Ryzen set that up very well.
Yeah.
There were no minions to lifesteal from.
Yes.
So veteran moves out of the jungler of Smart Omega. They're keeping the lead manageable. Again, under 2,000. Liquid are looking for their next big play. And it seems like JP's calling for this.
Yeah, he's holding it.
This is pretty scary, especially right now. Perxiva is ready. He knows the information of most TLPH members.
Oh no, Liquid still get to burst down the objective though. Omega were not in a position to really fight back just yet. They do have the info, but they weren't really able to make much out of it.
Yeah, didn't have the bodies to actually back it up. So unfortunately for Omega, it's still going to be TL with the objective. But for now, TLPH, they're cruising, despite Teddy getting focused over and over again in this game, by the way.
I think this is a worse gambit to play than dogpiling on the carry. The carry you can actually kill sometimes. But Claude, save for that one moment up top here wherein, Ryzen caught Teddy dead to rights. Good luck, because he has a flicker too. And then he's going to start building up some kit. He has now what? A DHS on his way to, the Golden Staff. So he has all of the attack speed and the lifesteal needed now to survive even, like, again, a point-blank Deadly Magics.
Yeah, and how many minutes do you have left until Liquid just decide to really group up and not really leave anyone behind as much?
I would say only like maybe 4 more minutes at max, because Liquid, they want to finish games early.
Okay, now Sanford here trying to survive. Might just get away from this even with the Deadly Magic already used.
Little cheeky there.
Yeah, that's a flicker used though.
All right, that's something that's taken from Omega. Again, small things like that can really add up, but you got to make use of the map. You've got to push Perxiva further. Just use that Divine Judgment over and over again. Otherwise, you're just wasting these.
Interesting. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, Divine Judgment used onto JP, has the Glorious Pathway, and the Revitalize won't be enough to keep him alive. Another successful pickoff from Smart Omega, but now it's Liquid forcing the fight. Real World plus the Blazing Duet. Teddy has his eyes set on Perxiva. Sanji with the flicker to make sure he goes down.
1 for 1. Roamer for Roamer. Key item pickup for Sanford. Is that right? Rockard, he got an Oracle.
Yeah.
I mean, it really helps with the shielding. You know, shielding on the Paquito is just massive. That just kind of signals that he's leaning more toward the tank-type Paquito, a lot less maybe of the team-fighting Paquito we saw earlier. I'm guessing he's going to delay the Malefic Roar a little bit more.
Okay. Omega actually tried to make their way through, but it's not going to be enough. Sanford first to fall. Now it's going to be Perxiva. Lands the stun. It's a double for the Goats. Ryzen fights Sanji, but they're probably going to transition elsewhere.
Oh, that is huge right now. Obviously, we have a Lord to wait for. There goes that Malefic Roar for Carl TZ. This Suyo is gonna rip you to shreds now. Again, the tempo just not lost here for Tlph. A little bit of a consolation prize. They will get the turret on the bottom, but don't forget, they have a lot of Lord waves to handle here. That carry has to be careful. Perxiva up on mid.
Yeah, okay, James here gets caught. Now the 3 members of Liquid trying to take him out. Does survive though, just barely. There's a Lord still marching down bottom. Oh, they decide to commit the Divine Judgment onto JP! But he's gonna be okay, he still has to Revitalize. The stun doesn't land from Carl. And they're just onto this mid-tier 1. Ryzen didn't have enough time to find a pickoff.
Sneaky Dean landed the Deadly Magics where it wanted to be, but yes, I think he was 2 or 3 cards short to actually get Teddy again.
Yeah.
That's a very, very good effort here for Mr. Dean Sumagi. And again, they can't really he can't answer the Lord and deal with Tlph at the same time at this point.
They tried, and now they're suffering the consequences. They're spread too thin. They're losing turrets left and right. Bottom lane will have the Holy Shield pop. Even top lane, Sanford actually got a minion through.
Okay, that's one way to use the Paquito ulti. Love it.
Yeah. Now it's a no longer. It's a not so manageable lead for Omega because it's already ballooned up to 5k, and indeed you got the Chastis also intact for Sanford here, so he's only got 1 damage item so far.
So he's working on his chin. He's less a glass cannon like Kirk. He's more of I'll take some punches back.
Okay.
Yep. No glass jaws, just basically a full-on tank on that Paquito.
Okay. They're still not going to use the Divine Judgment just yet. Probably saving it for a really important moment.
Oh, this is going to be spicy here. And you can't really make a pickoff happen. And if you know what, if pickoffs are not happening, I am just really, really worried about this Kaja lineup. Right?
I feel for Ryzen. Yes, the whole Kaja's struggling, the whole Kaja carry combo, but even Ryzen will have to start thinking of the map because these two, the Kaja carry, they can't take care of the map. Nor can Mingwin.
Is that why there's this kind of build coming in for Sanford too? Because he might seem like one of the more viable targets, but with a Chastis and an Oracle, that just might make a bit more room for him.
And what next? An Athena's?
It looks like it, or maybe an Immortality.
Okay.
I mean, it feels like he's prime target as well to be pulled back by Divine Judgment. And guess what? If you pull him back, you can't burst him down. He's going to have a shield the moment that grip is removed. And that is something that's going to be very difficult for Omega to deal with, especially for Harley.
Hey, you get caught right there by Carl TZ. And he's going to be okay.
He's fine. And that's a free Lord if I've ever seen one. Beautifully managed.
In-game mechanically manifested, this is my house. Get out. Ryzen was caught out, forced out trespassing. Oh my lord. Liquid's lord.
Not so
rule.
sneaky Dean of him right there.
Not so sneaky at all.
Oh, even the Crimson Beacon gets forced out of Mingwin as they need barely just a single minion wave to take care of that tier 2 in mid. Even before the Lord actually spawns, Liquid have near full control of the map.
Yeah, things are starting to really, really look grim here for Omega. Look at James, can't even last long.
And this is going bad if they find another pickoff right before the Lord Siege, and they do.
This is miserable because Omega were just trying to be proactive. And they were on their own side of the jungle. They had every right to kind of flush out these bushes, but they get punished.
And you know what? They have to be proactive, right? They don't have a choice. They can't play this out like this.
Oh, this is a very familiar, glorious pathway. Even Perks, he fully knows this is the way to use that glorious pathway, as Liquid are looking to clean multiple base turrets off of the Barangay side.
Oh, mid lane crashes through. Lord still standing.
James is back.
Oh, then he goes in, but it's actually Mingguin who becomes the target first for Carl. Tlph doesn't light the Queller just yet, but the real world manipulation is what has forced Omega to reposition. And that's all it took for Liquid to secure match point.
That was like the biggest non-fight game I've ever